Hello everyone, welcome to this new vlog episode. My name is The Star, I'm The Star Crochet, and I make and sell crochet and knit gifts for everyone. I also do things like I work on cross stitches from time to time, so it won't, to prevent burnout basically for knitting and crocheting. But I have not done an episode like this in a long time. I have not done a vlog in a very long time. I would say like over a year, I would say. And on this vlog, I typically do things like show my progress of every project I've been working on. So counting to the past podcast episode, you guys have seen episode 98, I believe. I showed how far I've gone within the past week of that time of everything I've been working on. And so I want to do a vlog every day until it is Wednesday of next week. So like right now it is June 11th, 2026, and so it'll be until possibly the 16th of June to give myself time to edit and then time to post for the next day and time to post for the same day on Patreon. Let's start with what are on my needles. So I have this baby sweater that I've been knitting. And that means, yes, I did finish the size medium large sweater. I'll show you guys this first. This is my first and only, I believe, finished object. So I have this sweater that I already made. I've already completed. And when I showed you guys on the podcast episode 98, I only had the torso and one of the sleeves completed. So now I have the second sleeve completed as well. And then I added my star, the one star, and it is complete. So this is my first and only finished object for now. And then back to showing you guys this baby sweater. This is going to be for a baby boy, of course, size 6 to 12 months. And this is what I have so far. It is on, right now it is on a size 4mm circulars, 24-inch I believe it is, of the circular size, and I'm just doing like a basic raglan, and then when it gets to the bottom of the sleeves and the bottom of the torso, I'm going to include this yarn right here. The yarn that I am using for this sweater so far is Hobby Lobby's I Love This Yarn, and then this yarn right here, it is from Walmart's Mainstays yarn, I believe. If not, then it is also Hobby Lobby's I Love This Yarn. I don't have the label to this because I threw it away back when I was using it and it started to get loose on this skein here, so that I just took it off so it wouldn't hang on like this, like it fell, see? So it was just like this, and then it went like that. So that's what it does when it tends to get loose, the skeins. And that is so far on what are on my needles. I also have a second portion of what are on my needles. I have also been knitting this sock. I, as of 2 days ago, have been spending 1 hour a day knitting this sock, and I will be doing so continuously, knitting more socks. This sock right here is a size large men's sock. And I have one sock completed so far. There we go. So it is this sock right here that I'm making. And this is the second one to the pair. Also size men's large. And all the sizes that I give and everything that I'm making, crocheting or knitting, is in US terms because I live in the United States. The next thing I am working on, that I only made a little progress because I've just been in the mood to knit so much and it takes me a long time to make things, is this cross stitch. I have gone a little bit further. I'm on the second row of this black color, and this magenta or fuchsia type of color right here, like a hot pink, it represents the color black to use. Like this right here color, it is color number 5, and so on number 5 on this right here, all this thread, the number 5 is black. right here. And so that's what I have been working on when it comes to the cross stitch. And that is all for today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey, so it's now June 12th of 2026, and I have a little bit more to show you guys as an update of what I've been working on. I will start first with the knitted sock. I worked on this for another hour, so this is how far I've gone. I've gone a little bit further. The last time you guys saw me, I was maybe like this area right here, and now I'm this far. So I have stitch markers on the other side, and they are marked every 10 rows or rounds. Right there, there, and here. And then I have the stitch markers from back when I was working on the cuff. I just wanted to keep that there. And that is how far I've gotten with the sock knitting. The next thing I have to show you guys is the cross stitch. I did about a row and a half of the cross stitch. So I did all of this, and I believe I have still the half of this on like the third row. See all of these stitches that are like halfway marked? It is because they will form an X once I get to the rest of the row going this direction. And so this is what it's going to look like. Wait. Yeah, this is how it's going to look. So it's all just stamped on here. And then the last bit I have to show you guys is this baby sweater. I am pretty much a little bit further. I'm almost done with the torso. I'm doing the ribbing right now on the very bottom, so it doesn't look like much is formed. But I am now at the color, this blue right here, from, I think it's from Hobby Lobby's. I love this yarn. That's what it feels like, at least. And then once I get to these sleeves, I'll go a little bit further, and maybe like right here on the sleeves, I'll start this color, so that way it's like an inch worth of this color on the sleeves, at the bottom of the sleeves, before I start the ribbing. And then I'll do the same with this side as well of the sleeve. So this is how it looks in the front, this is how it looks in the back, and that's all I have for today. So it is now June the 13th, 2026, and so I have a crochet update, a knitting update, and another knitting update, but I do not have a cross-stitching update. I did not do that today because I just didn't feel like it. Most of the time I'm like guided on doing different crafts, and so I wasn't really guided to do the cross-stitching for today. But I'll start with the crochet update. I am making another baby sweater with this pattern right here. This is like a bobble stitch that I'm using. You see right here, here, all the brown parts are bobbles. And so I have this piece, this panel right here. It is going to go like a torso up and down. And then I have the second piece right here, the second torso piece. And so when I put it together, I'll do it like this. So that way the clean side, the right side of the bobbles, will be sticking out. And of course I'm going to weave in all of the ends on both sides before I sew them together. And then I have the sleeve section right here, not this side, but this side. This is the right side, and I am one row away from finishing this panel. And then I need to make a second panel, and then weave all of the ends of these two panels, of the two arm panels, and then sew them together. That is all for the crochet. I have sock knitting that I have been doing more today. I just worked on it for a good hour again, and this is how far I am now. I'm a little bit further. I just have 8 more rows to go with this, with the foot knitting by itself. And then I will do the toe section, which will be this color right here, the blue color. And so this is what it looks like up close. I have all of my stitch markers to mark every 10 rows. And then that is all for the sock knitting. And then the last bit is the baby sweater for a baby boy. I have the torso complete, and then I have one arm complete, and well, one sleeve. And this is what it looks like. I have the ribbing in the very end, and then I have the color change that I did an inch before I started the ribbing, and then the ribbing I did with this turquoise. And then with the light blue, I've worked all the way down until I had 1 inch before the ribbing with the turquoise, and then the ribbing with the turquoise. And it calls for 6 rows of ribbing when doing the collar, when doing the sleeves, and when doing the bottom of the torso. And so this sleeve right here, I am still working on it. I have a good bit of ways to go left. I have 5 inches worth of sleeves on this color, first the baby blue color, or soft blue, sky blue, light blue, however you want to call it. And then after I'm done with the 5 inches of this color, I will switch to the turquoise for 1 inch, and then do the ribbing with the turquoise for 6 rows. And that is all I have for today. It is now June 14th, 2026, and I have a crochet update. I have a little bit of a cross stitch update, and then I have a knitting update, a big knitting update. I have been knitting mostly today, and so I was able to complete the baby sweater that I have been working on. So this is what it looks like. I have the star in the center, as you can see right here. I have completed this baby boy sweater for size 6 months to 12 months. And that's the back, and this is the front. And so I love the way that this turned out. The yarn that I've used for this sweater is from Hobby Lobby's. I love this yarn. I really do like the way it turned out because it is so adorable and so tiny, and it's really cool. Yeah. And that is the only finished object that I have, and the next things I have are the works in progresses. I completed all of the panels for the crochet baby sweater. So I have the sleeve panel right here. It's gonna go like this, fold like this, and be attached to the torso panel. Here is the second sleeve panel, and it's gonna go like this side by side beside the torso panels. And then I have this pieces right here as well. I was able to weave in all of my ends when it came to the wrong side of every panel that I crocheted, and then after I weaved in my ends of, like, say, the bobble in the back, I then trimmed the ends so it wouldn't be much showing after it's sewn on, and it won't be any discomfort for the baby. So I have the 2 torso panels and then the sleeve panels, and I'll get to assembling those probably tomorrow. We'll see. I usually don't like to assemble things when it comes to crocheting. I just like to do the crochet part itself and then leave the assembly part for the very last if I have to, because I just would rather, you know, work in crochet panels, panel, and then the next panels, and then the next. But I have to assemble them first before I can continue. And then the last, no, this is the second to last work in progress that I have. I made it a little bit further. I am on the last row when it comes to the very top of all the way across having black. So this is what it looks like so far. It looks really cool. I think, yeah, I already started the next row, and then this row right here, it will not connect all the way through because it stops like right here. Of course, with one little X that'll have to go right here for a different color, but these 2 I'll have to complete whenever I do the rest of this round, and then I'll go back because they're half X's that I do, like half stitches. And that is it for the cross stitch. And then the last work in progress I have to show you guys is another adult sweater, size medium or large, or the same. I have this sweater right here that I'm starting. It is another Red Heart skein of yarn that I chose, that I bought from Walmart last time I went shopping there. And the colorway of this is called, what is the colorway? Favorite Stripe. And so in this colorway here, you see they have like the dark green, like the Kelly green, the lime green, the purple, the magenta, the orange, the yellow, the blue, the indigo, plum. It's very pretty yellow, you know, bright yellow. It's very, very pretty, and I love the way it's turning out right now. This is just the cuff, and I am on the increasing rounds right now when it comes to doing these parts right here of this sweater. And it's another raglan sweater, so another vanilla sweater. I like to call it. And I started off using these needles right here. These not double pointed needles, but these are circular needles, and they're wooden, as you can see right here. And this is a size 16-inch circulars in 4.00 millimeter, because 4.0 millimeter hook, or no, yeah, knitting needles and then 4-weight yarn, so it goes hand in hand that way. Just like whenever I would knit socks, and by the way, I don't have an update for these socks, but when I work on those, I use size 1, size 1 for 1-weight yarn. And that's what I have for today. So it is now June 15th, 2026, and on a Monday. I have completed this sock, size large for a men. And then I have the stitch markers still connected and all around right here. I just finished weaving in all of my ends when I came to making this sock, so I have to prove 2 socks. And they are the same stitches, of course, when it comes to the cuff, the heel, the foot, and the toe. And then what I have after this pair right here is to do the same pair but different colors. When it comes to making the women's size medium, I want to start with this blue right here, this blue yarn right here, it's from Hobby. So I'm going to start with this as the cuff, and then, you know, like where this section is right here. And then when it comes to these parts right here, I want to add to, where do I want to put these? Where the blue is right here. And then this cuff right here color is going to be where the foot of the future sock will be. So it's not going to be the same exact when it comes to the colors and the way I have it. You know, I'm going to start with this, and so that's what I have planned for the women's socks size medium. But I have this as a finished object, and then I have a work in progress. I have not worked on the cross stitch today, nor have I worked any further on the crochet project of the baby sweater. You can see it's right there in the cubic shelving, that's what I call it at least. And I don't have it assembled yet because I just haven't got around to it yet. I have been knitting a lot today. I have switched to a different color when it comes to this knitting because I started off with this color right here of the skein of yarn, but I wanted to save enough to where I can add more on the sleeves, where I can have long sleeves of this color right here, this colorway that I've been working with. So I switched to this color right here, and the color name of this is called Peachy. Yeah, it's called Peachy. And so this is the Skein Tones from Lion Brand. And this is what I have. I am almost done with the second set of increases when it comes to this sweater. This will be an adult sweater size medium or large, or both. And then once I'm done with the second increase of the yoke, or yeah, just the top portion, I will then take my markers, like how I have this blue one right here, and then I have a blue one right here. Whenever I get enough increases, I will then kind of like put these two together and then have a lifeline in between all these loops right here. And then I'll have to cast on maybe like 2 or 3 or so, maybe 12, I'm not sure. But I'll have to cast on a certain amount to go right here, and then I'll go all the way around and then do the same thing for the other side. And with the other side, I have it marked as yellow. And here's the second yellow. It actually goes right here where, yeah, it's where it'll be marked. And so I'll do the same thing, you know, right here when it gets long enough with enough increases, and then do, you know, 12 cast on underneath, and then just continue working the rounds until I have enough length of the sweater itself, excluding the sleeves. So that is what I have for today. It is now June 16th, 2026, and I have 3 works in progress to show you guys. I want to start with the knitting work in progress. I don't have any needle stoppers, or whatever they're called, toppers, I don't know. I don't have them, so I'll try to just do it like this so I can show you guys so it won't unravel on the circulars. I'm using the largest size, the largest length of the circulars. They're still 4.00 millimeter needles, but it is, I think, a 36-inch circulars I'm using. And I'm still on the second increase when it comes to this sweater right here. And I don't want to unravel it too much, but I have possibly 3 more sets of increases of increase on every stitch marker, and then a regular, and then increase on every body portion of the stitch marker, not the sleeves portion, and then a regular row after that as well. And then after that, after I finish all of the increases, I will then use these stitch markers that I have, like these 2. Where's the other blue one? Oh goodness. Well, it's somewhere, but I have it, but then I'll just, you know, create a lifeline on the sleeves. But that's where I am so far, and I am still on skein number 1 when it comes to this skein tones yarn that I'm using, and then I have 2 more skeins of the same color as this one afterwards to work with. I did stop using this so I can roll into 2 balls, equal balls, and use them for 1 for each sleeve when I get to that section. The next work in progress I have to show you guys, I have not shown this in a couple days, and so I have a good bit completed, and then I still have a while to go. But here is the cross stitch. I am on this row right here, wherever you see the half stitches, and then I completed all of these, the 4 rows I've already completed. And so yeah, this is what it looks like completely, and that is it for that work in progress. And then I have my 3rd and final work in progress for this video for this week is the socks. I worked on it for a solid hour again today, and I started with this color right here, and this is how far I am so far with the cuff. And this is going to be a size woman medium socks. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm on the 6th row right here with the sock. And that is it for today's episode. If you've made it this far in the video, please subscribe to my channel. Ring the notification bell so you're always notified of all the videos I make. Also check out my website, thestarcrochetshop.com. It is linked in the description box below. Also follow my socials, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Check out my Patreon. It is $5.55 a month per person, and you get exclusive perks such as post and updates, early access videos, yarn haul videos, and member shoutouts on every YouTube description of every video. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.